You got a name for him?
Merry Christmas.
Happy holidays.
Alright, enough of that because like we're sick of Christmas music right now.
I'm done.
What up, though? Question for today.
Is your type causing you to not be in a relationship?
Man, they got their dream person in their mind or the type of person they only deal with. And they perpetually get in these situations where they keep getting hurt by the same type of person. It's like, I don't know.
When you gonna learn your lesson?
Yeah, I think that we all need to like date a variety of different type of people. Because then you realize after having some variety and dating out, you're like, oh, I met this person with this type of vibe and energy. And it's like, oh, I actually like that. Like, now I got something else that I actually can add to the things that I like.
I'm like, this is what I like. But like you said, while also not making like this list of like they have to have these things, but like if they have it, then that's a plus, right?
Right.
So I agree with Michael as far as types, like, because my personal preference, if you know me, you know this.
Yeah.
Is tall, dark-skinned, like darker than me, dark-skinned, like Coco. Darker than Michael. Tall, dark, and normally African. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all. It's my normal
I'm like holding
type.
it in this shit. Like, oh shit, I forgot to get. Sorry.
I know. I was like, what happened? Okay, our friend, the appearance is gone now.
Yeah. You guys name him in the comments. Name the dog thing. You guys give him a name. We didn't name him.
We didn't give him a name, so we look forward to hearing that. He said we're gonna get hurt by people in general, but I was like, I need to date like outside of this peripheral.
Yeah.
So the last few people that I've dated have been like lighter skinned, still tall, Americans, and some of them have treated me well, and some of them it's like, man, no. But I'm trying to be at the space where I'm like, now I don't want to just like be like, nope, now light skinned, like caramel complexion, like Michael's complexion. Now that's not like, I'm like, no, I'm not gonna just claim that only person as my type. My normal type, that instant attraction of like, who are you, is normally tall, black, African.
Yeah.
So it's somebody that I'm dating now is not tall, black, and African, but still like such a gentleman. Really sweet, knows how to be assertive, like all the green flags that we would say in a relationship so far. Like we've had a couple of dates, like 3, almost 4, I think, dates. And I'm like, okay, now this person is in my type of group, like versus like my normal. So I would agree with what we said around like, don't just stick to like your 5, 6 normal checks of like they have to have that, because sometimes the person that's not your normal type might treat you better than your normal.
You'd be surprised. I've been surprised too in my dating experience. I've had situations where it was like, this chick is not really like my type that I would see, but it's like some type of energy that we just vibed, you know. So it's like, oh, okay, you know. I think it's really, really good to be a little bit open-minded when you're out there dating, you know.
Stay curious.
I think a lot of people want to find a connection with somebody. They want to be in love, but they're just like dead set on, I'm only want to really connect with this type of dude, or this type of woman, or this specific energy, you know. We are meant to have a bunch of different experiences, learn from them, and involve ourselves in that. Because if I go back to when I was younger, in my younger 20s, I've definitely changed when it comes to like what I look for in a woman, or who I, you know. Because like I think you told me this actually.
Was it me?
Yes, I was dating this chick. I don't remember her name. This was last year though. It was just like, I wasn't exclusive, but I was dating this chick. And he was like, she not that cute, or you can do better or something.
I was like, I know who it is.
And I had a couple girls like that. That's what it could be. It was like, man, she wasn't like the prettiest or whatever. I mean, she had a some things that I was attracted to. Yeah, she had some things that I was attracted to. But she wasn't like the prettiest girl, but we just like vibed and talked all night. That's like really rare when you can like connect with somebody where you can just vibe and kick it all night and it's not even about like sexual stuff.
Yeah. So he had like the emotional, mental connection with this person. That's what I would say, because I remember exactly what you're talking about too. To where I was like, so can I be honest?
Yeah,
like,
was
sure.
Like, you can do it.
I was like, I don't think that she's like that pretty. Like to me, it wasn't like the level. Y'all see Michael right here? I was like, wait, it was almost like you deserve better. I remember that. Like you could do better than her.
Yeah.
Then I know I was like, so smash the like button. Right. Perfect segue. Smash the like button.
Right. But I had a lot of situations like that when people would be like, why are you dating this chick? And initially it will be like we had some type of connection. Everybody is different, and you want to get to know the person for who they are, like on the inside. Facts. You know, because the looks and stuff, all the physical stuff, that's a strong connector. But I feel like that stuff fade over the long term. Like that stuff fade. Sometimes it fade like really fast too. So I wouldn't let that be like the main thing. That's kind of like you know.
No, I agree. Okay. And that makes me think too of like some of the people that I say are not my normal type. Like I might have not, when I first connected with them or dating them or whatever, like talking phase, whatever you want to say, felt that instant like attraction. Like I might have felt like, okay, like he's good looking.
Attraction thing.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ew,
we can talk about it.
We forever, we've talked about
That's
that.
hard to find too.
Yeah. There's some people, you know who you are, but there's people that I've met to where I'm like, oh my gosh. Woo! Like just from the first look, or you dance with them, because me and Michael both are in the dancing too. So even that like dancing connection. Like even you don't even need to date them, but sometimes those experiences too, I'm like, what else do you got to offer?
Right, yeah.
Like, do we want to date after this date? Like, I connect with them so well to where I'm like, could I date this person? Yeah. Like, we both love festivals, we both love dancing, stuff like that. So, but don't let the, like Michael was saying, that like, just because the instant connection is there, that eventually fades, right? Yeah. People change, our dynamics change, life changes, so sometimes that's not going to be there. It might take a little bit longer for that like spark to kind of kick in. Yeah. Sometimes that might be your person. So
a lot of times people go through a lot of people and then they meet someone and they say, okay, I like this person, they vibe, they connect, and then it goes south. And then they say, okay, they do the normal thing, they break up and go through whatever, and then they go and get that same different person in another package, you know? And they constantly do this over and over and over again, and I think that's where we get trapped. There's like a culture now of people saying like, men are trash, women are trash. But I say no, the people you picked are trash. The people you decided to attract are trash. Yeah, you're picking trash people, or you're attracting these trash people, because people don't never want to take accountability of like who you choose. There's a bunch of good people that, and self-included, that we pass through because we like our eyes are set on this, you know?
Ooh, all the facts. Yeah. And then that makes me think like what you were saying too, like men do it and women do it. Like, oh, X, Y, and Z is perfect, but I love that he said that. Like, you are picking trash people. Yeah. So it's like you have to check in with yourself, like we said, like accountability, and that's why me and Michael vibe, because we can hold each other accountable. Yeah, so I think like there's been plenty of times even this year to where I'm like, oh, like I'm liking this person, but am I liking their inconsistency? They're not available emotionally. Like I'm attaching to those things and wanting more for them, and that's what's making me like them. Or is it like I'm like, I need to check in with myself, pretty much. It's kind of what I'm trying to say, because sometimes because I've definitely done that, to where it's like, am I too like inconsistent and unavailable?
That's
emotionally?
Good that you do that. A lot of people do not be real with themselves. They don't have those conversations, or they don't pay attention to the conversations they're having on the inside, their internal dialogue. They don't do that a lot. Right. So it's good that you do that.
Yeah, so I reflect a lot. Overthinker here. But I think of like, it makes me think of this guy that I went on a couple dates with. I told Michael about him off camera. We won't discuss everything, but like I think of this person reached out to me when I was in Vegas. And he said that I was the ghoster. So this is somebody that's ghosted, and I was like, he's like, we did this, we went to this place, figured it out, and he was like, and then somebody stopped texting. I said, it takes two to tango.
Yeah.
And then he sends me some ghost emojis. I'm like, no.
Did you ghost though?
No, I didn't ghost.
I've done that before.
I try not to ghost. I'm not going to say that I haven't ghosted.
Yeah. It's
happened. But for me, it's like after a couple dates and you feel like both of you are vibing, like you're sharing what you like and you don't like. And then to me, I'm working on not expecting it because I know everybody's not going to do it. But like I would love, is a better word, for the person to just be like, I'm not feeling the connection here of this leading to more dates. Yeah. Yes, that's what we talked about. Yeah. Be open about it. But yeah, so anywho, he reached out and was like, you ghosted. And I was like, no. I sent you a voice memo last. You didn't respond, so I took that as you not being interested. So like, I was proud of myself because how cute and how fine this person was. I was like,
that's when you realize like growth. That's when you realize the growth happened too. Yeah. Like when you got somebody that is your type and you're willing to like step back and like let it go if you're not being treated the way you want. That's growth right there.
Yes, I was like, I deserve better than this. So for me, it's like I'm going towards the people, rather they're my normal type or not, and using discernment. Going towards those people that are coming towards me.
That's what's up. Hey. How many people do that? A lot of women do not do that. Yeah. I'm just keeping it real.
Because we like attention. Yeah, so for me, it was like the attention was nice. And anywho, he's like, so I want to, what did he say? I want to start communicating again. Like, what are you doing next week? And I said, working. So it's, you want to start communicating again, then you need to show me that.
And you know what? I do think, like, to answer the question, is your type the thing that's keeping you single? Mm-hmm. I would say for me, yes. For a while, my type was, because I had, oh man, I hate to talk about this, but I had women, you know, a couple of them that were like really interested in me, and to me it was like there wasn't a strong like connection besides physical, wasn't a strong connection. So I kind of like never looked at them like, and this was a good person, like they had everything you can want, and it was physically my type, but for some reason I was just not feeling it, you know.
I know
so
who it is.
Okay.
Yeah,
you know? So it was like I was not feeling it, and eventually I let a good person go. Now, it is important to have the physical thing going, but that can't be the end all be all, especially if that person has everything else going.
Ooh, yes. Okay. No, I completely agree. Yeah. And I agree with him too, to answer the question. Yes, you only sticking to one type can keep you single. It's happened to me as well too. So y'all have to let us know what y'all think. Have you stuck with a type and kept getting hurt and ventured off to somebody that wasn't your type and something looked different, or do you continue to stick with your type and you have to learning lessons over and over again? So
because your type might not even like you. Like there's a bunch of people out in the dating world who's like, okay, this is my ideal person, but is that person are you their ideal person? If not, you have a lot of work to do. I feel you got a lot of growing to do. You have to be the type that's your type too. You have to think about that too. Like you can't be delusional out here in this dating world.
Right.
Yeah, because you will end up bitter and hurt. I think we all should be looking for a mixture of the things we want, because it's hard to have it all.
But it really depends on. We all have our things like that are our non-negotiables and what we really, really, really need and want. To personally know what you want for yourself, like in a relationship, what you want to receive from somebody else, in order to for that relationship to have like longevity, if that's what you want. Because remember, some people want short term. Like if you want to date somebody 3 to 6 months, then that's your thing. But when I think of like longevity, it's like, how are we meeting each other's needs? That's what I think of. Like, I want you to be able to meet a lot of my needs, but I also want to meet your needs if this is something we're going for longevity. So
man, when I think about this topic, man, I was just thinking like, man, I'm getting up there in age, and I'm like, man, I done blew through so many relationships because I always had like this ideal woman in my head, but that person don't exist. Like I have to realize that person do not exist. Like everybody comes with flaws, baggage, and the stuff you think you want, like I said earlier, can change. Like it's important when you start dating, to open your filters a little bit, open your filters, and start it like, oh wow, I went on a date with this person, even if it didn't work out, but it's like, wow, I found something that was out there that I didn't even know was out there.
Right. There's times that I've done that to where it's like, I just want to continue to date this person, but normally I feel like within like 3 to 6 months, I normally want to know like, okay, are we going to be more than a fling or friends with benefits or just dating? Like, what do we want to do from here? And of course, nothing's black and white, so it hasn't always looked like, okay, let's continue to grow or let's go our separate ways. It doesn't always look like that. So I can't say that that's always happened, but I had to do that with a person to where I'm like, okay, I'm telling you that I need this from you. You don't have the capacity to do this for me, so I need to like part ways with you in this space, because I was getting strung along. Of course, I was benefiting from that situation in some shape or form, right? Otherwise, I wouldn't have continued to stay. But I think of that to where a lot of times men do it to women and women do it to men as well. So it's like normally if you're staying in that, I feel like there's some type of benefit.
Exactly.
There's something there. So
like when I've done that, it was a benefit mainly. It was sex and kind of company, sex and and consistency. I know this person's gonna be there, and we're gonna have some type of bedroom fun, and then we go our separate ways, and then we continue to do that. You know? But me personally, because I'm more of a like spiritual man, I feel like I know deep down inside I was feeling empty. I'm dating multiple women. It seemed a little fun, like, oh man, I got so much variety. I got my one type of chick here, I got my one type of chick. It was actually kind of fun, and I wasn't hurting nobody. And I know women that be in this situation, they're hurt right now because they have this dumb list in their mind, and then they'll meet their dude, and then they get just crushed and destroyed. So they're like consistently single, but they want to find somebody. You know what I'm saying? You know, with that dumb stuff and find a good, because I refuse to believe there's no good men or good women out here. Like that's something that we on this podcast, we shun that notion. Like, yes, there's a bunch of trash, there's a bunch of stuff out there, but there also is a bunch of good out there. We're not gonna promote the fact that it's just no good. Like, no, we ain't about
trash. I agree with Michael. It's like there's people out there still, but it takes two people to want to get together and make things work pretty much, like to actively date and learn each other to see if it's gonna progress to something. So I think sometimes, myself included, we instantly go in like, oh my gosh, I want this to be my person, but really it does take time. This is a reminder for myself and you if you need it. It does take time to get to know people, to know if that's really your person, probably person here. So it's like, I have multiple people, but like if that's the person that's for you at that time.
Because people have their deal breakers, but if they're really physically attracted, that can kind of mess up your brain. And you're like, man, this person on paper is so bad for me, but the dick is good, or the pussy is good, or we probably can't say pussy. You gotta say yes, or the ass is fat, or the head is good. You know, and I've been in some situations where it's like, man, I can't let go of this because, like, that fear of loss. You don't want to have that fear of loss because that will if you do get with that person, it's gonna be power imbalances in the relationship. It's gonna be where it's like, I gotta cling on to this person, and that person may not even be that into you like that.
Right.
So that's where the power balances are gonna be, and you're always gonna be chasing, and that gets exhausting. Who wants to do that all the time?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I like to be chased, but I will reciprocate. So just throwing that out there. I think it depends on how the relationship is going and like what stages we are, and that makes a difference. But I just feel like I like being chased. I like the attention and I like the fun. But it's like he said, it's like if it's your person or somebody that you're getting to know, like that energy should be reciprocated. So
So we gonna end with this. We hope everybody out here is not letting their type or this ideal person stop them from finding true love or stop them from finding like their good match. So message in the comments and let me know what you guys think.
Till next time.